Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept, soon to be changed to Creators Concept. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Welcome back to another episode. It's been a while. I've been going through a lot in my life. My grandmother recently went to the hospital. I sat with her through the whole thing. Made sure she was comfortable and made sure she was treated right. I didn't know whether she was going to stay or not, but she wound up staying and everything. And she's in good spirits. And that's all you can really ask for is that your elders be in good spirits. Whether they're in the hospital or at home, wherever they're at, you want them to feel good. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was an experience. It's always an experience because, we don't like to see our elders in situations like that. You know what I mean? Pardon that noise, that's the air conditioner. The intrusive air conditioner. I should turn it off, but I need it on. Need that dehumidifier action going on in this room. Right? Lately I've been diving into a lot of research and, coming up with hypotheses and things like that. I'm pretty sure it's things that other people thought of. And, I'm having kind of conversations about the Anunnaki, different theories is floating around about the Tower of Babel, how that situation came about and how it was destroyed and spread about the land and what that was what that actually was. And what America really is, and the Grand Canyon. I've been looking into the Grand Canyon, and the Grand Canyon is like a staging area. I was looking at some videos and pictures and everything of the Grand Canyon, and you could find pyramids, sculptures, statues, obelisks, phallus, whatever you want to call them. You can find a bunch of these stones and different ancient carvings and symbolisms and statues and things like that in the lions and Japan and ancient places and the Mayan ruins and the African ruins. They're all in the Grand Canyons. And they're not just there like, one here, one there. They're there in like masses. Like they have rows of them stored in the Grand Canyon. So is the Grand Canyon like a staging area? Or where they manufacture? Because they say that the oldest pyramids on Earth is actually in America. They say that the oldest landmass on Earth, the oldest, civilization is actually in the Americas. Everywhere else just mimics the Americas. And I had a hypothesis saying that they took, it was my hypothesis, and it was also the hypothesis of many others. And I had friends that believed this, that they just mimicked America all over the world, different parts of America, and gave different parts of America to different places of the world and changed the names of the actual places that were here. And that being said, them doing that, they had to come up with a way to actually, make it authentic. And the way that they would do that is by taking the actual pyramids and things that was probably in places and kind of distorting them or destroying them in a way, or, letting them deteriorate, because they didn't really want to destroy them because that was something sacred. So what they would do is they just would ignore them and don't do upkeep on them and everything. Besides, they had more in storage in the Grand Canyon anyway, right? And then they could spread them about the world because they spread people about the world because people were starting to, learn sacred knowledges and things like this. And certain people or certain, groups wanted to keep that a secret or, whatever. So they dismantled the people, dismantled communities and things like that, spread different people all over the world and changed the languages, put them in different types of bondages and things like that, so that way they could keep the sacred knowledge a secret, and that way they could keep the monopoly on the world, because that's what the monopoly is to people in power. The politics and things like this, you know what I'm saying? Certain ones, they know what I'm saying. You know, all this is really staged. You know, it's all about popular demand, really. You know, whoever got the most money or the most power or most influence is in demand. They got the demand on whatever they want. You know, and it's sad to say, but that's what it is. Everybody else is just basically sheep being herded to different places for different reasons, for reasons that they might not even understand. You know, you might be going somewhere for you know, you might think you're going somewhere doing something for one reason, but actually it's for a different purpose. You know, you might see a landmass or something that's being one place, and it's not actually that. What was the original landmass called? You know, Ethiopia is Aquiopia or something like that. Aquiopia or something like that. That's what they call Africa, Aquiopia or something like that. Aquiopia. It's a lot of information, man. It's a lot. You know, to just think that something was so powerful that they could just cut the top of mountains and things down, right? And place them in different places, or make these pyramids and just have the technology at a point in time where we didn't even know about these type of things. I mean, we didn't know that they knew about these type of things, right? That they could just actually move entire pyramids, obelisks, big ass statues, different things all around the earth. But then you gotta think, we're talking about the same entities possibly who can land and make crop circles in your cornfields and in your, you know, all over the world. You know, you might see them flying about in the air in different crafts and things like this. We all experience different, you know, unexplained phenomenons, whether that be a spacecraft in the sky, whether that be a spiritual entity that we like call ghosts. You know, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters, right? Whether that be some sort of animal that's like mythological or, you know, just unreal, seem like, you know, it's half dead, you know, something like that. Or even mental, you know, even things that dwell within us that we can't explain for whatever reason that is. You know, we all have an inclination to explore the unknown. And the unknown really is you can't really explore the unknown. And I'm going to tell you why. You can't explore the unknown because the unknown knows you. How can you explore something that knows you? How can you try to stop a thing that knows you inside and out? And whatever is in control here on this planet, it knows us inside and out. In fact, it is inside and out. As above, so below. It's to the point where if you can't beat them, you join them, right? I mean, that's how a lot of people feel about it. If you can't beat them, you join them. Then on the other hand, you got a lot of people that say, if you can't beat them, then you rebel. I like the middle ground. I don't want to join them. I don't want to rebel. I just want to live my life and be free. How I found that founding fathers intended us to live our lives. I just want freedom. peace to pursue my happiness, for me, my family, you know, to blaze my own trail and create my own legacy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting more out of life than a pair of tennis shoes and a nice tracksuit, some jewelry in a car. Bad women, bad bitches, and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? For me, it's about building more than that. And yeah, I'm going to suffer a little bit. We all do. If you listen to anybody's music or if you look at anybody's literature, they're writing or whatever, you can hear the sort of pain and the sort of struggle and all of that. But you have to rise to the occasion. I apologize. I had a call. I was expounding on something. But yeah, you got to rise above these things because, to be honest with you, I was listening to a podcast, Joe Rogan Experience, and he had Elon Musk on there, and he was talking about attack vectors and things of this nature, and how he gave up certain things. If you don't know who Elon Musk is, he's about one of the richest people in the world. He's the owner of Tesla. I currently have a Tesla Cybertruck on pre-order. Not saying I'm gonna be able to get the fucking thing, but I do have it on pre-order nonetheless. And now, he's just a brilliant guy. He invents a lot of things. He's even working on neuroscience things where he can put chips in people's brains and things of this nature. It's a lot. But he basically liquidated everything he owned, except for, of course, his Tesla facilities and probably a few other assets, because he sees them as attack vectors. And I'm pretty sure if he liquidated assets out of his life, he probably liquidated some fucking people out of his life as well, right? Because people also can be attack vectors. And I mean, you don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire to have attack vectors. Certain people in our lives are attack vectors. They allow, or they themselves are the attacker. They'll either allow people to attack you, they'll invite people to attack you, or they'll attack you themselves a lot of times. And it's a sad situation, but that's the way it is. That's because it's a monopoly. True freedom, true happiness, everything about that, there's a monopoly on that. And we talk about the staging area in the Grand Canyon. There's also a staging area in your mind. There's a staging area of life. The acts of life is an act. It's a stage. You have to get out there. You have to perform. You have to use whatever talents and abilities that God gave you to navigate this life. Otherwise, you'll find yourself being less than. You'll find yourself working for people, doing this, doing that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody. But if you're not living up to your full potential and you have potential to do more, then why are you not doing more? I mean, trust me, I get it. We all go through things in life. Right now, I'm not doing more. And I know I have the potential to do way more. But right now, I'm not doing more because I'm going through a lot in my life. And I'm not doing no woe is me moment. You ain't got to play me no violin or nothing like that. Okay? But the whole thing is, I understand these things. And once I get through this moment in my life, I see all the accomplishments that I already made, but I see the accomplishments that's ahead of me. And I'm in one place and I'm standing there and I'm looking at my accomplishments and I see them and I'm not reaching for them because the stress of all these different things that I'm going through in my life. And I mean, if you don't follow me, if you don't know me, if you don't know me personally, you never really will know me. A lot of people judge a book by its cover, and they'll never really know me because they never had a conversation for me or care to have a conversation with me. And that's fine. I don't mind that. You know what I mean? Because I'm a regular person at the end of the day, just like everybody else. And I understand everybody got their things that they go through in life, right? But I forgot where I was going for a second. But the whole thing is, we really can't judge a person's situation. You just have to observe, because everybody goes through different things at different times in their life for different reasons. Right? You just gotta, we moved into the age of Aquarius, right? We have to be more supportive of our brothers and sisters, especially our creatives, the one that recognize that we are supposed to be creatives, because we create with our physical body, right? We have children, we do this, we do that, right? But what do we ever come up with out of our intellectual property? What do we ever create spiritually? You have to create out of your entire being, right? I mean, you don't have to, it's up to you, really. But if you want bliss, if you want peace, if you want the things that you acquire that seem unobtainable with a regular salary or without you doing anything that's under the law, if I could say that, something that's not so legal. You know what I mean? It's like it takes a toll on you, but you could use the things that God naturally gave you, like your talents, your abilities, and what you could do. Your brain power, your intellectual property, and things like that, and come up off of that. You know what I mean? Shop yourself around, because there's people with money to spend that don't got nobody to invest in them, and they may need somebody like you to invest in them. And you'll never know, and they'll never know until you actually show what you got, right? And that's what it's about, man. I'm trying to inspire, motivate, and cultivate, and keep on being positive throughout whatever I go through in life. I felt myself down at a protest. It was a peace protest for what's going on in Palestine, the Palestinians, and with the Palestinians and Israel, and Gaza and all this other stuff. And I'm like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on in the world right now. And I mean, really, all we could do is watch. All we could do is spectate and hope for the best. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. You know what I mean? That's the only thing you could do at times like this, because they seem to be, heading in one direction, and hopefully they could come to some, reasonable, reasonable measure or reasonable, agreement that could appease both parties, so it don't have to resort to any type of catastrophic damage being done to this planet we live on. It's not only theirs. That's the selfishness of people bickering over whatever resources that are on their land. Like, okay, yeah, you might have oil on your land. You might have gold on your land. You might have rubies on your land. But the land isn't yours just because you was born there. This land belongs to everyone. So if you decide to fight these people over their gold and those people over their oil, and you decide to kill everybody because that's the only way you're going to be able to take what they have, and to kill them, you're basically going to drop a nuke or some shit like that, some catastrophic bomb that's going to fuck up the ozone layer and fuck with all types of shit, right? Throw the earth all out of whack, right? Then you're harming not only them, right, to steal something, but you're also harming everybody. You're harming the earth. You're harming everybody. Because even though it don't affect you, it affects you. You're even harming yourself when you do that. When you drop a bomb or something like that on somebody, You're not just harming them, you're harming yourself. You're making yourself a monster in history. I mean, some people don't mind looking like a monster in history. But I mean, when you really look at it, when you really look at what you're doing, when you're pushing that button or whatever it is you're doing, you're condemning yourself to hell. You're condemning yourself to purgatory. Nobody wants to make that decision. That's why they always call other people to say, hey, should we do this? And then they have a bunch of people decide, yeah, we should do this. So that way they can get the okay to do it. Because the person pushing the button really don't want to make the choice. So how about everybody just sit their ass down, drink a hot tea, smoke some weed, and calm the fuck down. Okay? And apologize to each other. Forgive each other. Because forgiveness isn't for you. Forgiveness isn't for the person you're forgiving. Forgiveness is for yourself. Because if you don't forgive them, you won't be forgiven. And if they don't forgive you, they won't be forgiven. That's what forgiveness is for. You know? You don't have to be friends with the other country. You don't have to be personal friends with each other. You don't have to do none of that. But what you have to do is agree that this planet is more precious or more important than any disagreement that two countries may have. Way more important than two countries may have. You know, I got kids that I want to see them live their life. You know, I have, you know, nieces and nephews. I want to see them live their life. You know, I have brothers and sisters. I want to see them live their life. Uncles and aunts. I want to see them live their life. We all got to live. We all got to thrive. We all got to be together. We all got to be one because this thing is crazy. You know what I mean? We already got to deal with Mother Nature, and we can't complain about Mother Nature. We complain about we can complain all day about what each other do on this fucking earth. But one thing we can't complain about is Mother Nature. Because Mother Nature gonna do what she do. She gonna move in the ways that she move. Make mountains crumble. Make ice melt. Move seas and mountains. You know what I mean? Things like that. Mother Nature is a force to be reckoned with. Hurricanes, tsunamis, tornadoes, the whole nine. You name it. Mother Nature is like that. And you gotta adapt. You gotta deal with that. You know, when this earth pivot and change motions and change directions and have an earthquake or whatever, when the plates shift, that shit that you just gotta be prepared to deal with. You gotta be prepared for that. And ain't no way in hell you gonna be prepared for that. I mean, maybe it is. But still, you gotta be more prepared for it. It's like, okay, let's say you busy worried about fighting this war, and then the next day, some shit happen where it's going to cause a global climate change and everybody's going to freeze to death or either fucking burn to death. So what, you still going to be fighting each other? Or is everybody going to pull together and come up with a solution where we could all stay warm or either stay cool for the rest of our fucking life so we don't die in this ozone layer on this earth? Because we fucking it up. With all the shit that we doing to each other, with all the shit that we not doing for each other, with all the shit that we not doing for the earth, with all the hateful shit, with all the negativity, with all the negative messages that's out there, wherever it's at, you know, you gotta do better, man. You gotta do right. You gotta do right. No matter what, you gotta do right. You know, even in the midst of adverse situations, whatever's going on, you know, you got a lot of hating motherfuckers out there. You got a lot of thieving motherfuckers out there. You got a lot of backbiting motherfuckers out there. You got a lot of people that just won't like you because you. And you might at one time try to help these people or was friend to these people and these people befriended you or lost your trust in a way. And that don't look bad on you, even though they could try to make you look bad. That look bad on them. That look bad on them. Because just like they did that shit to you, just like they gonna continue to do that shit to people. Just like they did that shit in the past to people. That's just what they do. That's just what some motherfuckers do. Like I was saying, Elon Musk talked about them attack vectors. That's what people is. Attack vectors a lot of times. They'll come in your life. They'll Trojan horse you. They act like they cool with you and all that type of shit. And then, next thing you know, they'll let their true color show. They'll show you exactly who they is. You know what I mean? So, that's this episode, because it's late. I ain't gonna lie, it's like 2:30 in the morning. I just wanted to get that off. Thank you for tuning in. I have physical copies of my book, Nature Features. I'll be doing more music soon. I just want to say that I want to put my best wishes and prayers out there to my grandmother, whose birth name is Doris Brigman. Get well soon. I love you. I miss you. You know, I want you to get home so that way you can, get taken care of and be comfortable and everything like that. I just wanted to be comfortable at the end of the day. She's on my mind because, she raised me like an extra mother, all my life. And that's the cycle of life. When you're a baby, you got to be taken care of. And when you're older, you also have to be taken care of. And when you're a great, great, great woman like Dorothy Brodus or Doris Brickman, Miss Dot, whatever you called her, you know what I mean? She had plenty names, plenty nicknames that people love to call her and things like that. And it's because she was so loving and she always was a genuine person and a giving person. And I love her, and she deserves to have somebody take care of her. When you're a good person, you deserve to have somebody look after you. So, yeah, get better. I love you. And, this has been my episode of Creators Concept. And thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next time. I'll talk to you next time. I still got more in the works as far as the music, as far as the books go. I know I've been talking a lot about the audiobook, not as of lately, but I spoke about it in the past, and I'm still going to try to get this audiobook recorded when I'm actually in a better place, like far as, mentally and spiritually. I want to be in the right place, because every time I try to record that book, for some reason, it just never come out right. I was dead smack in the middle of recording the audiobook for Nature's Features, and I realized that the application that I was recording on would let me record past a certain amount of chapters, and that pissed me off. To the point where I kind of stopped recording the book, because it was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm recording this book. I made it this far and now I can't record anymore. So either I'm going to come up with a workaround or something like that. I'm going to come up with a solution. But I have to get that audiobook done. And I really want to use the same process that I use to make my music. But there's hiccups with that, because the music application is a shorter process than the actual audiobook. The audiobook might be an hour or so long in one recording, whereas the music I record 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes at a time, and it's done. You know what I mean? Whereas the audiobook I'm reading for 45 minutes to an hour, So it's a different monster right there. It's a different type of format. It's a different type of process. And I gotta get used to that process. And also I gotta get I gotta get through what I'm dealing with and help, be strong for my family and keep moving forward. So yeah, you have a blessed one. Thank you. Oh, tune into the YouTube channel. I'll be having
some events posted, some different things posted on there as well. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the content. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you to Wilkes-Barre too. I don't know who you are in Wilkes-Barre, but they've been playing me. Thank you to Finland. I've been getting a lot of plays in Finland. Thank you all for just, showing love. And yeah, I'll keep coming back at you. Y'all have a blessed night, blessed morning, blessed day. Please. Love y'all. Bye-bye.